a podcast where you don't need an invite to join the conversation. Welcome to Add Me to the Group Chat. Hi, you guys. Welcome to Add Me to the Group Chat. It is Mother's Day weekend, and I have my mom and my sister with me. Today, we're going to just talk about anything that we want to talk about. Funny stories, just a little, I don't know, something from our childhood or being parents ourselves. And then a lot of y'all have submitted, I say a lot, there's like 6 to 7 of y'all that are like OG ride or dies from the beginning, but y'all sent in basically stories of your first period and your first time shaving. I asked that on IG on like the stories, like in a question box. Some of y'all texted it. Some of y'all left it on the voicemail box. Some of y'all DM'd it, whatever, however you want to submit it. So I got those, and I will read those at the end, however many I can get through for the time, but they are hilarious. So thank you guys. They also can be anonymous. So one of y'all were like, please do not tell anyone who I am. I'm like, okay, I won't. But anyways, those would be funny. So we're just chit-chatting and hanging out, but I appreciate that y'all are here. Subscribe if you're brand new.
Has those same soles. Every pair of tennis shoes.
Well, he was saying they're bad.
Well, then what are you supposed to wear? Barefooted? And not wear no shoes?
Are they?
Well, he didn't give a solution.
That's
was
what
the
I
problem.
mean. But it looked like it was AI.
Mama watches all AI. She sent me an AI dancing video, and I was like,
I knew
that's
it was
fake.
AI, Amber, but I just said this is more my style. It was funny.
No, it was funny. It was definitely funny. All right, we are back, you guys. It is a Mother's Day special because it is Mother's Day weekend. So thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
Don't do that.
I want to acknowledge that we
to
have
the
a
mic.
Kleenex box available to me today.
It is at your ankle. It is, yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you, sister. Yes, everybody's so cute. I didn't know how y'all would come today. I'm always like, whatever. But
I wanted
did.
to come with no makeup and how I looked with my hair up, and I said I probably need to put some makeup on.
I decided I needed makeup too. I thought,
everybody looks better with makeup.
I look a little washed up if I don't. Yeah, I did it.
Washed up.
A little washed up. We were talking about there's no family shows anymore or kids shows that you can watch with your family that you walk out of the room and it's like clean. So if y'all have any suggestions on new stuff to watch, I feel like we've seen everything that we could unless they release something new. And then we were talking about Nate. How do you say his last name?
Bargatze.
Yeah. Him. He has a new movie coming out the end of May. So if nobody's heard about that.
It's not a movie. Isn't it a
No, it's
sitcom?
a movie. It looks like a sitcom, but it's a movie. I think it's like the 26th of May. I know it's towards the end.
That's good. We need something that's ongoing that you can watch. Like back in the day, we had a million sitcoms. Like on Thursday night, there was a rundown of sitcoms. Friday night, rundown of sitcoms.
Oh, yeah.
I went back and
They
watched.
need to do
family,
reruns.
anybody.
Yeah, but they weren't really because, like, I got something on my lip.
Well, fresh.
I went back and watched. Have y'all ever heard of the show One Day at a Time?
No.
One day at a time.
Well, it was a very, it was like on the primetime lineup when we were in high school, I guess.
One day. Who's in it?
Well, I
what's it?
mean,
One day at a
Valerie
time.
Bertinelli when she was a
Oh,
kid.
that was out of our.
Yeah. So I watched it. It just was on Netflix, and I thought, oh my goodness, or it was on Tubi. I watch a lot.
Is
of
it all
Tubi.
the girls that live in the house?
Oh,
Well, it
I
was
need
the
to look up
divorced
that show you
mom,
sent me.
and then her 2 daughters.
No.
And then there's the maintenance man that comes in. And then she's got this kind of a love interest that she's starting to see, and he's a lot younger than her. Anyway, it's all about being divorced. I never really cared for her. I can't think of
But
the actor's
as a
name that
kid, do
played
you
the mom.
think you realized it was about divorce?
No, listen, I was watching it. I mean, I watched it every week because we didn't have,
Yeah, it
we
came
just
on.
watched what was on. We only had, 2 channels?
You mean when you were young?
This was way before cable.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, I was watching this
So
one day at a time.
old.
I turned it on and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so. It just turned my stomach. And I remember my dad would always say, "Turn that mess off." He hated
What
it.
was it?
It was a sitcom called
never
One Day at a
seen it.
Time.
Oh, but why did it turn your stomach? But you said you liked it.
As a kid, I did.
Oh,
as a
as an
teenager,
adult, you
But I
didn't.
watched it the other day, and I'm like,
Yeah, no. Everything's different from then
Well,
to
first
now.
of all, I didn't care for her. And like I said, I can't remember the actor's
don't know what she looks
name
like.
that played the mother, but I never liked her even back when I was a kid. But anyway, first of all, it was so dumb. And then it was, I don't know. Anyway, when you go back and watch something that
they watched it with you, or the kids just watched it?
We would watch it, and he would maybe come in and out of the room,
Yeah.
We didn't ever all just sit down and watch. I mean, we did. We watched Lawrence Welk.
I don't even know who that is.
All right, y'all, my 60-year-olds, come on up and say that you know who Lawrence Welk is. Yeah. It was a family show. They do parodies of it on Saturday Night Live, or they used to. Remember the little hands girl?
Oh, yeah, and I still got my little hands.
That was from that.
That was from the Lawrence Welk show.
Oh, well,
there
then that's a good time.
There wasn't a little hands person on the Lawrence Welk show. But they were making fun of the Lawrence Welk show.
Oh, okay, I'm connecting.
And it would be like the three sisters that sang together, and they would come out. Anyway.
Oh my God. If y'all have not seen that, because she'd be like, my name is Judy. I'm like,
that's when Saturday Night Live used to be good too, but now it stinks.
I can't watch it now. Stinks. It's too much. I mean, I don't know. I guess whoever's hosting it, like whoever they bring, I guess would really set the tone.
Well, Nate Bargatze is on Saturday Night Live sometimes.
So I think depending on who does it.
And it's been okay, but yeah, it just most of the time sucks.
I love TGIF when we were kids. Fuller House. Have y'all watched the newer Fuller House? Yeah. So it's like sometimes you just get through all the shows and it is annoying because you're like, now what do we watch? Yeah, I don't like that either.
But then they started playing reruns. We would watch reruns.
But I just thought about...
But we had the Carol Burnett show, Lawrence Welk. We had a lot of variety shows, and they were great. Like you would have comedy and scenes where they would do parodies of different things where they would make fun of, and it was just back. There used to be a lot of good TV, but then there was some sucky stuff too, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought about Who's the Boss the other day, and I'm like,
oh wait, I forgot about that.
I don't know if you can watch it somewhere.
Describe that. Who's the boss? I'm trying to think of what that.
Tony Danza.
What did they do?
And he had the little girl. Oh God, what's her name?
I don't know. But
oh wait, Who's the Boss? Did they have that like weird?
It was a single dad.
Weird hairy guy, like a stuffed animal type something.
No.
What's that? Who's the boss? I cannot. I'll have to Google it to have it come to my brain.
That was Alf.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it was.
Creepy.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, what is that? Alf? I would never. I don't even remember that.
I mean, there's some dumb stuff.
Let me tell you a funny story. I'm not even going to Google that.
I thought about Seventh Heaven, but I feel like they were a little dark. That might have been more mine.
I don't remember any of those episodes.
Not dark, but it had some stuff.
I mean, life lessons. You have to expose your kids to some life. I mean, I just have a different perspective about that, I guess, than y'all do.
But a 10-year-old, there are boundaries.
It's not a show I want him to watch by himself. I'm trying to find something
I'm
he can
talking
watch.
Family shows that you watch together that you can talk about.
Well, speaking of shows,
like I'm getting ready to be in trouble,
that you probably shouldn't have watched. Angel and I would come home, and this is my take. Now, Angel's perspective might be very different because you can grow up in the same home, but it can be two different stories. So we lived in an apartment. So this was like way before we even moved. So I was pre-second grade. I was young. So you would have been what, 4th, 5th grade?
I don't know.
At least when we lived in the apartment or whatever.
Guess, yeah.
The duplex.
The duplex. So we would come home and Mom was still at work. Maybe this was summertime. I don't know. But we would watch Ricky Lake.
It's the only thing that was on TV.
I know. We would watch Ricky Lake.
It
first
would be
of all.
summertime.
We did soaps.
Yes.
We knew the thing. We get home at 3
What
o'clock,
was it where it's like, Are You the Father?
Y'all were watching the morning show lineups. Maury Povich.
Is that who hosted it?
Probably because we didn't have cable and that's the only thing on TV.
But they would come out. The couple would come out. And then
I don't think I watched that show.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, what did I was younger than Jay and Cruz. And a couple would come out and he'd be like, so why are y'all here? He'd be like, well, my mama or my boyfriend, and then she's like pregnant. And then he's like, oh, you were cheating on me. And the audience is like,
there were a ton of those talk shows that
and we would sit there like
same
this
kind of lineup.
We would wait to see who was the father between the two people. First of all, I didn't even know what any of this meant, but I was so intrigued. Soaps were for sure.
I don't remember being home in the summertime by ourselves until we moved into the house.
Well, we watched Ricky Lake in the whatever townhome, condo, duplex we lived in, whatever you want to call it. But then Soaps 100% in Rosie, and she would throw the things in the audience.
I remember watching Rosie and Soaps.
And then I grew up on Ellen. I think Ellen.
Mom said that, I said I didn't really.
I watched every episode of Ellen. Yeah, I did.
That was probably more when you moved out.
Yeah.
I remember when you were babysitting Joseph
Because
and Johnny.
Not when I moved out. I lived at home till I was 22.
You would binge on Ellen when you moved out from home, and I'm like,
Mama, I watched Ellen and I grew up.
She don't know what you watched.
I know she don't. What is the show? Kelly and Regis?
That was 9
and then
o'clock.
Ellen would come after. Oprah watched her too.
we all did.
Those were, I know. Yeah.
I thought Ellen was an afternoon show.
She
It
was.
was.
But I watched her.
But Amber was a little bit fixated on Ellen for a while. As an adult, you were.
No, I even watched it until her show was done.
I know.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed it. I thought she was hilarious. Now, I don't
watched
know.
Oprah 4 o'clock.
Oh,
That was
yeah,
more
Oprah
my
was great.
time. I watched the 3 o'clock soap, and then Oprah came on at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
When I got home
What
from school.
did you do though otherwise? Because there was we just tried to tell the kids the other day. I was like, y'all are so spoiled because you have apps, and you can go back and watch the same thing for 3 weeks and finally finish it. We had to record it, and then sometimes your recording would only last on DirecTV or whatever it's called for so many
That
days.
wasn't when we were young. That's probably
That's when we were older though. But I can't
we
even
didn't- I was
explain.
gonna say, we
even,
didn't
we couldn't
record
nothing.
anything.
If you
No,
missed
it was
it. You missed it.
You missed it, yeah, and you would have to get like what a 30-second clip of like what happened last week, and then they would show this
Yeah.
week. I mean,
we
yeah.
did have a DVR player where we played DVDs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a DVD
The
player.
movies and
The big
stuff.
ones.
Yeah.
Was it called DVR? DVR
Yeah, I thought
recorded.
it was-
DVR is a recorder. DVDs are the films you put in there.
Yeah.
But it could record on your TV. So
I don't remember that.
Listen, we have some sponsors for the podcast, and it is my husband's company. Now, listen, he does so much, and he said to me in our last episodes that we had, he was like, ProLink should be a part of an ad. And I was like, you know what? You're right. It really should. So let's put it all in here. So obviously the podcast is hosted by like us. We do all the things. And when it comes to equipment and like, we don't have like anybody helping support it. So our companies are always going to be a part of the conversation here. And I want you to know about his company. So ProLink Fence is a North Carolina, like commercial residential fence company. So you can go to prolinkfencenc.com, but in over 24 years of experience. Now this is what they offer is residential fencing. So of course that is like at your home, any type of fence style or design that you've ever wanted or know a conversation that's going on for somebody, like y'all can reach out and get an estimate, or commercial fencing. So businesses and places like that. And he did like a building. Listen, they've done so much work, but in downtown Charlotte, there's a high-rise restaurant that they did like a fence, like to just help with like outside seating. So like anything. And then inside like NASCAR Hall of Fame, like they've done all this fence work like inside there. So they just do a lot of like really cool work, but it could be big or small. Temporary fencing, so many people get that done just to like get up something in the meantime before they're having to, decide on what they want permanently, or even farm fencing. So they do a lot. My personal recommendations for you is to go to their website, no matter where you live, and ask for a quote or just start the conversation, and they will provide all the proper information that you need. So if you were ever wondering what my husband did, that is what he does. So that is prolinkfencenc.com. That is prolinkfencenc.com. Just because it's North Carolina does not mean they cannot come to you, because they do travel. So anyways, that is that. And you can see pictures online, and it's really beautiful. So thank you, ProLink Fence, for all the support for the pod. Our next sponsor is likebutta.com, and we are so appreciative of them because it's my brand. Yes. Yes. I put so much time and energy into this brand, and I just want to give you a little backstory on why it even is what it is. But there was a time that obviously I was consuming so much body care, and I became a little bit desperate thinking, oh my gosh, when I run out, do I have anything in my kitchen that will allow me to make like a body scrub to still get the same effect? So I started just doing a ton of R&D, which is, the research and development, which I'm obsessed with. So I wanted to look up great ingredients, something that was going to be effective, but not harm my skin, and that's something that can last and sit in my shower. And so that is where Like Butter began. So I am so happy and proud of it, but I want you to kind of have a little insight on it. We have created these bags, and they're a reset bag. So they're just great and compact, so you can take them anywhere you need. But I wanted them so you kind of had all your favorite things in a small bag. And I put the body butter, our body scrub, and a bar soap in here. And listen, our bar soap has poppy seeds in it, so it already gives your skin like a really gentle exfoliation. But the butter is really great after your shower, or even like during the day, to hit like the high parts of your body, like your knees or your elbows or things like that, or like your chest, to kind of give you a little glow without being sticky. And then in the shower, using the scrub, I feel like I use my scrub at least like 4 to 5 times a week. Like I just like to do my armpits and like some of the rougher areas, but a good all over when I'm doing like a full body shower, I'm like all day long, I'm obsessed with it. But having something that's low ingredients, but also effective ingredients that won't irritate your skin are really great. But I know so many people that develop skin issues. And years ago, I used to have all these dry patches like on my face, but now they have developed like on my body. And so it's really weird and frustrating. But if I'm going to use product, I want to make sure I am using things that are not going to make them worse, and that's going to help keep them calm. So that is why I truly do love our brand. So give it a go. And I personally recommend, if you've never tried it before, get the Reset. It's called the Reset because I feel like every single evening you need a restart to your day. Like you're like, you know what? I'm going to end my night and I'm going to reset and I'm going to have a great day tomorrow. Like you just feel like you need that time. And if you're not a mom, but I always say like a mommy moment, you just need time to yourself. And so that is what it does for me. And I know that's going to do the same for you. So grab up the Reset or any other product. We do have a fragrance mist as well that's really good for your body, your hair, your home. Anything cloth is really good to spray that on. But our scents are cashmere's our best seller. So that's in all of our products. But then we have another one that's like a peppered violet rain, and it is phenomenal. And if you know of like the One Hotel, you can Google search that. It's a beautiful hotel, but that was inspired by that hotel. We stayed there one time in Nashville, and I never could get the scent out of my nose. I was like, this is amazing, and I want this in my product. So that is where it all stems from, and I'm very appreciative for all the customers that we do have, but it is a small brand. So go check out likebuttah.com. That is LYKBUTTAH.com. And that comes from our last name, Likins, LYKINS. So the Like Buttah is really just a great, phenomenal product that we're very proud of. So go check it out and support us. And that is how we are able to keep this podcast going, is that our companies are the number one sponsors, and they always will be. But anyways, we are very appreciative. Thank you. And let's get back to it.
But we didn't.
Oh, we didn't have
do
that.
it. I mean, we did, but we didn't record stuff.
I remember more VHS tapes.
There wasn't much to record. It's like,
yeah. Anyways, I do remember all those.
But because
times.
when we got home after the bus, I was the oldest. You were the youngest. We had to stay inside. We couldn't go outside till Mom got home from work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And most of the time, what time did you think you got home? 5, 6?
no, I got off work at 3.
Oh.
You got off work at 3?
I went into work at 6.
Oh.
So were you at home watching Oprah with us? I don't remember that. Like 4 o'clock, were you home?
I mean, I was probably getting home when it was finishing up.
Guys, if y'all wonder why we are the way we are.
But most people probably our age are going to say, oh, I watch those
same
shows too.
Oh, 100% it'll be the same thing. I even think
Let's do a
now.
poll.
Yeah, I'll poll you guys. Go to the story on Instagram. But I also think it's
listen,
funny.
here's what happens when you get grown.
I don't know why you just cut me off.
I
You know
did.
what?
I just cut you off. Here's what happens when you get grown,
So
though. You
disrespectful.
look back at things you did as a child, and you're like, why did my mom and dad let me do that?
No, I don't think, why did you let me do that? I think it's funny.
But that's just what everybody did then.
I don't judge y'all for that at all because I actually enjoyed it.
We're not judging you. Are you
Okay.
feeling like you're judging
It
us?
sounded a little bit when
I
she
don't
said that's
feel-
our raising.
It was my raisin. I feel like that was my entertainment.
That was all my raisin, my TV.
Let me tell you that I now love reality TV, and I think because those shows felt like reality TV, even though they were probably very scripted, they were planned and organized and all the things. I enjoyed it. I don't ever watch that and have any. Y'all know I say the word trauma a lot because I do have it, but those do not give me any trauma triggers.
Well, I'm so glad.
Yeah, thanks. No judgment. I was going to say something, but she cut me off. Yeah. So aggravating.
What was it?
Happy Mother's Day.
You know, I have to say a thought when I think it because
that's how Maddox is, and it's so annoying. I'm like, hold your thought.
I know. He gets it from you.
And she gets it from you.
And you get it from me.
Yeah, I just forgot. It's like I need a pencil to write down my thought. I really try my hardest not to cut people off anymore.
That was no judgment, too.
Okay. Anyways, that was the highlight. That was very funny.
Well, you were talking about doing a poll.
Yeah, I'll poll you guys. I mean, it'll come back to me. I have no idea what I was going to say. I don't. It's fine. It was probably genius. All right, let's talk about our first times shaving in our period because oh my goodness.
Now listen, when you sent us that we were going to talk about those things, I'm thinking we get really private things on here. Men should tune out when you're talking about certain things. I know.
I don't know
that
how
triggers you. I know. Every time Steve says no, and you're like, I don't know why you can't be okay with it. These are normal things that talk about. Everybody should talk about. But everybody doesn't want to talk about it.
Then don't share your stories.
I mean, everybody don't want to hear about it.
Then they can tune out.
Okay.
They can do what they want
if you don't want to hear it.
But this takes me back to living at home and being young. That's why I'm like, I want to tell my story real quick. So I was in 3rd grade, and I remember my legs being so hairy.
Like they were hair.
Very hairy everywhere.
Hairy.
Ears,
you know what I think about,
neck.
though? If my legs were that hairy, when did my armpit hair start becoming a thing? Because I actually have no memory of...
You weren't hitting puberty at 3rd grade, though.
But I had hairy legs as a kid, but you start growing underarm hair and other hair when you're
I know, but I don't
puberty.
remember that. I don't have any like memory of like, oh, I got to shave my armpit. Like I don't remember that. But my legs, I do remember it being a big deal. And I don't know if someone said something to me at school
did.
I noticed that maybe
Somebody
else
said something about you being very hairy and you came home and you wanted to shave your legs.
Why are you looking at me?
I remember it.
Do you want to share the story?
I can if you would like for me to.
I feel like a girl probably had shaved or did something. I remember maybe she had like oh, your legs were hairy and now they're not. Oh, that can be a thing. And then, maybe somebody said something to me. I don't remember that feeling. But when I came home, wow. When I came home, I said something to you, and I feel like how you approached it was really positive. But the only thing I would say is the razor choice. But that's neither here nor there because that was back in the day, and that's all we had probably. I have no idea. But we went into the bathroom, and you properly helped me shave my legs. I don't remember cutting myself. It was a good experience. And so I just remember it being very positive, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so much better. That was really nice. But it was the razors that you buy in a pack.
Mm-hmm. That's all you could do, disposable razors.
Yeah, like Venus razors wasn't a thing.
When you sent me that, I made a picture of the razor that my mama used and that I used and about bled myself to death.
Because it was one blade.
Hold on.
And
I'm
I was
going to
like,
show you
dang,
this picture.
But I think your issue was because your hair was so dark.
Yeah.
Look right
and
here.
when you have lighter hair, the sun will bleach your, like
And
my
you don't
hair never
notice
looked
it.
dark, even before I.
Yeah. Oh. Did it open up?
Yeah, so
Let me
you take
see.
the bottom.
You have to change the blade.
And you twist it out, and this thing goes.
Oh,
and
heck
opens
no.
up, and you put a double edge blade in, and then you close it back up. And if you move that thing the wrong way, it's going to slice your leg. So that was my experience when I was a kid. I'll be happy to share that in a minute. But I do remember you
bad.
coming home and you being just devastated that somebody was making fun of your hairy legs at school. And you were young.
I was in 2nd grade.
Yeah, and I'm like, I just can't
So 7?
When you start shaving, you have to keep shaving. That was my thing that I kept telling you. That you can't just shave your legs because then they're going to grow out different.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to do that, and you're just a little girl.
Yeah.
And so I put you off and put you off and put you off. But finally, I said, okay, she wants her legs shaved. We're going to shave her legs. So we did.
Well, from my memory, it was the same day I came home. So if that makes you feel any better.
Well, but you asked for it for a while, for a week. I mean, it was like every day you were just like, can I please shave my legs? Can I please? And I'm like, Amber, I really don't want you to start doing that. And if people are making fun of your hairy legs, then they're not your friends, and just stay away from. I was like, I just didn't want you to start that.
That's why kids are just so cruel, because you really don't know. As a parent, you don't know what kids are saying at school. And then you hear crap all day long. I mean, I don't remember. I was never like feeling like I was bullied or something. But kids talk, and it is so annoying. Kids are such brats.
Well, they're learning humor, and
Yeah.
I mean, I even hear Cruz and Maddox and Jasper saying things to each other when I'm tutoring sometimes that I'm like, why do y'all think that's funny?
Yeah.
But they're just learning how to be humorous. A lot of times is really what it is.
And they'll do it for a reaction just to kind of see how it plays out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was my experience. I don't remember it being weird or anything. It was great. And
I think Angel waited to a normal time to start shaving.
well,
That
she
was
was
sixth
saying her
grade
hair
or
was
something.
like
It was middle
light.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember I was probably second or third grade, and I had very hairy legs too. Although my hair was blonde, I just had long hair on my legs.
Oh, God.
And it was, we went to the pool all the time, so I was always in a bathing suit.
Can you imagine like a man getting out of the pool and it's like hairy like that? That's what
I mean, it wasn't like a man's
foresee.
legs, but for me, it was. I didn't like it, and I always had real hairy arms. I don't anymore. They've all gone. I don't know.
You
where
know
they've
what?
gone.
That's funny. I have hair on my arms, but I noticed somebody the other day and I kept staring at their arms and I was like, do they shave their arms?
No, look, I don't have any.
Does it
It's
just
'cause you
fall
get older.
out?
Yeah.
I feel it. It's
I
just
mean,
like
it's
barely. Let me see. Yours is really light.
I've always
Yeah.
had white.
But I always had real
feel like mine's
coarse,
light.
long hair on my arm. I mean, you could comb my hair on my arm. It was,
I remember mine like that too.
and but we had this great bathtub when we lived in Greensboro, and I loved taking a bath at night. But so my mom's razor was sitting on the edge of the bathtub, and I just thought, I'm going to try to shave my legs
By yourself.
by myself.
Oh.
And I did, and I got the front okay, but I was trying to get the back, and then you know how you can kind of move it at a different angle, and it got me like right behind the knee where you got veins.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get rid of it and trying to clean up the blood. There was blood everywhere.
Oh.
And Denise came in, my older sister, and I know she remembers this story because she's told it before, and I was trying to say, I didn't do anything. I don't know. She's like, who? Anyway, I was getting accused of using Mom's razor, and I'm like, I didn't do anything. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. And they felt my legs, and they were slick as they could be. So anyway, but that was my experience with one of those.
It's basically like a straight razor.
Oh, it's a weapon.
Yeah.
It's a terrible, terrible tool.
I don't shave my legs or my underarms anymore.
Shut up. Oh my gosh.
She's gone all natural. That's why she's growing her hair long, so
For
it'll cover
2
up her
seconds, I
armpits.
believed you because your arm hair is so light. I was like, you know what? I am judging you. Okay, so tell me about that. Oh, you said you don't really remember because you said
I don't remember. I think it was middle school.
You were just
It was
old.
just
sixth
normal.
grade.
Angel just did normal stuff.
I'm not vain. Like
Angel would let me just. Now you were very particular about the way you dressed.
Oh.
About the clothes. If something didn't feel right, you were very particular
Texture.
about textures.
And that's all. I mean, there ain't no. I mean, I cut myself sometimes. Mine was more around my knee.
Yeah.
That I would cut myself at the bottom of my knee. But that's really.
Was it you? No,
And I like those cheap razors. I still, when I first moved out,
I like my Venus razor.
I mean, I use a Venus now, but there were, I guess when I moved out by myself, that's all I could afford. You know what I mean? I couldn't afford no
Well,
Venus
yeah, you
ring.
go through times where it's like
Yeah.
you use what you got, right?
Yeah.
I feel like
And
when
I got
those,
real good at it. I didn't cut myself.
when they get a little dull, like not super sharp, but a little dull, I feel like they work really well.
What?
Those cheap razors.
Yes. But the first time you use it,
No.
you have to like give it a couple times, and then it's like, oh, perfect. You can shh.
Yeah.
But I have a Venus now, but
Yeah. You've stepped it
I
up.
can afford it now.
What about clothes and texture? Because I remember.
I don't remember that as. I think that was more when I
That
was
was
younger.
from when she was a baby, toddler,
Not in
elementary
sixth grade
school,
shaving.
all the
Nothing
way
I don't
up.
remember in
clothes.
middle school
Oh.
and high school.
She would change clothes 3 times a day.
I took 3
She
showers
wanted to take
a day.
3 showers a
I do
day.
remember that.
She was obsessed with being clean. She was obsessed with everything feeling right on her. She didn't want anything to be itchy. She was always like, that's scratching me, that's itching me.
That's where Jay gets it from with his
When
clothes.
I get back in a house, I will, like when I'm in my house, I will take a shower in the morning and at night. And if I have to go somewhere,
You'll do it in the afternoon.
that's just,
Well, you smell good and it just feels good. You feel better. I'm with that. I don't do it now, but I
Levi's
definitely
like that too. He was, I mean, he's married and I don't live at home with him, but he was like that in the,
I mean, I
as a
like a good
teenager.
shower every day, but I cannot imagine taking 3 showers a day. That's a lot of maintenance.
If I
You
have
put
on
lotion
makeup,
all over you?
Yes.
After yeah, me too. I just, that takes time. I
gosh.
don't have time for that.
if you don't,
but
what's
like
wrong with
sometimes,
you?
like if I get up and I work, and it's different. If I'm working and I get hot, and you know, y'all, I don't work out, but when sometimes I did when I was younger, that's why.
Yes.
If I would go to the gym, I had to take a shower.
Well, that's why I like to either work out in the morning
Yeah.
and then get in a shower, or I like to do that at night. If I don't take a morning shower because I took a night shower, then I work out at night. And so, but yeah, I don't think.
I use a lot of water. But
Yeah.
you know,
That's fine.
like in the summer, if
Amber
I go to the
always
pool,
was like, well, I went swimming today. I'm fine. Clean.
Oh,
no, I think if you get out of the pool, you need to go take a shower.
Yeah, Amber was,
I don't think you're clean.
her hair would turn green from the chlorine. She
that
didn't
was
care.
one trip.
That was camp.
But you
Yeah.
were like that. Dirt didn't bother you.
Ew.
Yeah, you were like that. Angel was a dirt fanatic.
I did
She-
like being outside, but
Yeah.
Talk about dirt, even germs. It's an animal thing. You will go outside and do your cats. The other Sunday, I had to do her cats because they were gone, and I felt like the clothes I wore to go take care of her cats, I had to change my clothes and they were dirty, and I put new clothes on as soon as I went in there and took care of her
Yeah,
cats.
you see what I'm saying, Amber? You're a little bit more earthy.
yeah,
I'm
but
like
I
that too.
I do when I do anything with the cats outside, depending on how handsy I am with them, I will come change clothes if I'm doing something after or cooking or something. But if I'm not touching and messing with them and I'm just like strictly cleaning, obviously I come in and wash my
But
hands
as a
and do that,
teenager,
but-
I can remember you sitting on the back steps with
oh,
your
I'm
cat
all over them.
and just cat hair and dirt
I would
and picking up
climb-
lizards and
I never did that
hamster.
stuff.
Yeah, you did all that stuff.
I would climb in Petey's doghouse
Doghouse.
Yeah.
with
And
cedar
he was
shavings.
the biggest shedder ever.
Yeah, I would sit in there. How would I mean, like wild. Yeah. So we're very different like that. But
That's
yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think about doing that and then, oh, I got to get a shower.
No. I would just keep doing whatever I was doing. Yeah, I can see that. Well, let's tell some stories. We'll go back to periods later when I get to these things I'm going to read about because that's really what a lot of them are. And it's very interesting. But any parent stories from like, obviously, Mom, you being a parent, we are your daughters, and then Mom does have a son too. So, but like anything we want to share of
And
memories.
y'all have a brother. You made it sound like he's...
Oh yeah, it is our
And
brother.
Mom has a son that we don't know.
I meant like
But
we're.
meaning because you only have 2 of your
I
kids
said
here,
daughters,
let people
and
know
then you do have a son.
third.
Yeah, but it is our brother.
Yeah.
I've asked him to be on the podcast. He refuses. He half the time even texts me back. He's so aggy. He really is. I'm like, somebody said the other day, they were like, you are not that busy to respond to a text. I'm like, you know what? You are right.
It will change when he's married and has kids.
Yeah, he'll respond
think that-
faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's just
He'll want to
like,
be,
no big deal.
Not meaning he don't want to be close to us. It's just,
It's not a priority. He's working, he's busy, he's tired, and yeah. He's just in that mode of life. I would say this as a parent, one of my stories with both of the boys is that they rolled off the bed when they were young. I can't remember really what age, but they were very young. They weren't crawling. And I remember that was horrifying as a parent because I don't think anybody really like would tell you all the tragic things that could happen to your kid getting hurt. But like even when they're walking and they hit their head on the corner of like the door frame and crazy stuff. But I mean, neither one of them got hurt rolling off the bed, but they cried and they screamed. And then you call the pediatrician and they're like, check their eyes, just monitor them. And you're like, oh my gosh, what did I do? Like things like that as a parent. Did y'all have anything like traumatizing that you feel like you probably would have messed up your kid? Because you hear people say, oh, that's what's wrong with me because I fell, because you didn't watch me, that type of stuff.
Levi rolled off the bed. We were at the beach.
Awful.
Jasper didn't, but Jasper got hit in the head with a baseball bat from his cousin when he was. Do y'all remember that?
Oh my gosh, I do remember that.
We had to go to the emergency room.
Yes.
I mean, it was an accident.
I was thinking that was Levi.
It was Jasper.
Oh my gosh, I do.
That was
what
scary.
happened with that?
They were outside
He
playing.
didn't swell from the outside, did he? See, that's, yeah.
So we were at the emergency room and they did all the things and he was fine.
Oh.
And I don't remember if
really
it was
freaky.
the back of his head, the front of his head. I don't remember exactly where it was on his head, but he didn't pass out, but it knocked, he was 2. It knocked him on the ground.
It was a metal bat?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I do actually
Like a real
remember that
baseball
story. I
bat.
can't remember what happened though. Like, no, that's insane. There was a lot that happened in y'all's backyard. Levi wasn't swinging it though, so that was a good thing. Yeah, no, that's crazy. Yeah, it really scares you and freaks you out.
I just remember bringing Angel home. She was born 3 months early, 2 pounds 10 ounces at birth, and then right before Christmas, I was begging them, please let her come home for Christmas, and they were saying she's got to be 5 pounds. But they let her come home at 4 pounds and 13 ounces. So you hadn't quite reached 5 pounds, but it was Christmas, and they let you come. And you were still just tiny. I mean, I would hold you basically in one hand, and I would tell people her head was here, and her butt was here, and her little legs would go over my wrist. I mean, she was just little. I would cook and just
crazy.
stirring up.
Did I gain fast, or was it always a struggle of like she needs to gain more?
No, you gained fast. You thrived. You did great. You thrived at the hospital. You thrived at home. But I just remember everybody saying, "Are you not scared to death?" And I'm like, "No, I was never afraid that I couldn't take care of you or that I wasn't. I just was never afraid of any of that." And I love being a mom. I'm not crazy about everybody else's little children. I like little children, but it's different when when they're yours.
Yeah, no, always.
And so I always felt like I was a very good parent. I remember us sitting around, me and my siblings, my brother and two sisters, at my mom and dad's house and talking about when we get spankings. And now my dad, he would spank us, but he would not hit us. He was not abusive to us. We would get sent to a back bedroom to wait for him. And we would sit there, and by the time he got there, we were bawling our eyes out. And then he would come and he would sit on the bed beside of us and talk to us. And then he would say, okay, why we're having to do this. And, and it really was like he did hate it. But then we would have to lay across the bed, and he didn't take our clothes down or anything like that. But, he took his belt and gave us a few little whacks. And it was, as adults, we would sit around and talk about it. And, you kind of dramatize things when you're sitting around with your siblings talking, or we did. And we'd say, yeah, we had to go to that back bedroom. And then he would come and he would whip us with that belt. And blah, blah. And my mom pulled us all aside one time we were there, and she said, y'all stop doing that, because when y'all leave, he cries. This tears him up. And so as a parent, you don't want to hear about your failures or your things that hurt your kids, because you don't want to do anything to hurt your kids. Everything you're doing as a parent, you want to do to help your kids and to make them stronger and to make them better and to make them more lovable and more wonderful, and to where everybody else loves and enjoys them as well. And so, but we would just kind of start having fun with it. but it would tear him up. So sometimes I think when we're as a family sitting around.
That's your phone. I was like,
Sorry.
what is that buzzing? I heard it.
You know, y'all can get a little dramatic too, I think. Or
About what?
I mean,
Like,
just
what have we
talking
got?
about things that happened. I don't know. I can't think of anything right now, but oh my gosh.
I feel that way sometimes about like Alan and his brothers get around and tell stories too. But his parents were like, I mean, that is what happened. But they do,
You
like,
know, you just
you
kind of-
oversell it.
because you're trying to make it funny. You're trying to entertain the crowd.
I mean,
with it.
sometimes it's not even trying to make it fun. It's just a very comical story because you're like, it is what happened. But it is, you're as siblings, you feed off of each other.
Because you just think about when Jasper, well, you think about Levi now, if he were to talk about something that you did, like,
He does. I mean,
I know, but doesn't it kind of bother you a little bit like, well, I didn't mean it for it to be that way, or I would have never wanted you to perceive it that way. Just like y'all saying, well, I was home all day watching TV by myself, my mom was at work, you know, and I know it wasn't really quite like that, but there were times y'all were at home by yourself watching TV, I'm sure. You know, we never want to hurt our children. We want to nurture them and help them and protect them. But sometimes in doing that, it's perceived by the child as, oh, you're so mean. We were talking about John and I and Duncan and Sierra, his girlfriend, the other day before she left, about Duncan writing me a letter telling me what a terrible, mean, monster, awful I was, and that I had kept that. And then he also wrote me one telling me what a wonderful mom I was and how I'd kept that. So I have both of them. But, you know, he went through that too. Like, you're just the meanest, most awful. And your kids, I'm sure, have thought that of you.
Not yet.
Oh, Amber.
I'm fabulous. Fabulous.
Okay.
I think that's early teenage years.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
not really
all
there
kids
yet. They go through
Feel that way
that.
about their parents.
I
Yeah,
mean, you
think
know,
that's
when you have to
normal.
take their iPad away from them, or you can't go out and ride your scooter all day, or you can't go play with your friends, or you can't go here or there because you've done this, or you can't play ball because you were mouthing off at your brother. You know, they think, oh, even though they know they did the wrong thing, they still think, oh, my mom's the meanest. They might not say it. They think it.
Yeah, they don't say. I mean, they definitely get annoyed with us, but yeah.
Y'all never said it either, you know, but as adults, sometimes you find out things, you're like, oh, I never knew that bothered you, or I never knew that.
No, 100%. Yeah. Well, Maddox is 12, so I think he's definitely reaching the age of aggravation that we're, annoying him, because he already says, you're just talking too much. And he tells me that a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, that face.
That is the pot calling the kettle black right there.
Yeah. I'll be telling him something. He's like, I just can't handle it. Just say one thing at a time. And I'm like,
well, and you should listen to your children.
I do tell him one thing at a time, and he doesn't freaking do it. It's aggravating. We drive each other crazy. He really is very much like me, so that really is challenging, but I do my best. I have to remind myself, too, this is our first day today. No one has done today before. This is a brand new.
True.
This is a brand new day for all of us.
Don't you feel enlightened?
Well, yeah, anyways.
Sometimes I feel like I've done this day before.
You do? It's called deja vu. You dreamed it.
Yep, I mean.
You've been in this room before. Well, I will have to say, I like being a parent too. So maybe we get that from you. And I do love other people's children, but I did say the other day, this is kind of a comical story because I don't remember how it got brought up, but I was like, now I love hanging out with my kids and I love doing stuff with my babies because that's a good time. But all y'all and your little friends, I ain't got time to be babysitting everybody. I think the boys asked, they were like, I think we should do my birthday party like in the summer or something like that. And I was like, well, I can see that would be kind of cool because then you can do something then because their birthday's winter. So I was like, and then your physical birthday, obviously, we'll just keep it family and you don't have to like include your buddies. So Maddox is like, we can rent a house or we can go to the mountains and my friends can come. I'm like, I don't know what.
Because y'all got them spoiled rotten.
I'm like, I don't know what you are thinking, but we can get our own place. And your little friends and their family can have their place. Because I ain't watching your little friends. Now, I will provide. We'll have a good time, but their parents need to be there. I cannot be taking on everybody's responsibility because I literally feel like if ever anything came back and they were like, my kid got hurt or my kid said that, I'd be like, take it. I ain't doing it. Yeah, I ain't got time for that because the way I talk to my kids, ain't nobody going to want me to talk to their babies like that.
Well, and that's how I talk to y'all too.
Yeah, I would die.
Now listen, I love, there's certain little children that I'm exposed to at church.
And I guess I'm not talking about like our family's kids.
Hugging on them and loving on them and they're sweet and they're cute.
Yeah.
And all of that. But, you know, it's not the same as having your own children all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not talking about like grandkids and stuff like that. Because I'm just talking about people that are not our blood. Because that is
but like
very
working
different.
in the nursery.
It's just different. Yeah, it's different.
Like I've never wanted to work in the nursery or work in the little toddlers.
That's not your calling.
I mean, I've done my dues, but it wasn't my thing.
Yeah. No, I feel that. What about you, Angel?
She loves the little babies.
She loves them. I love them. All the babies.
She just loves her baby, Maisie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's a grandbaby. That's
I know,
very
but that's
different.
what I'm saying. I remember, you know, every one of my grandbabies when they were first born, it's like, oh, this is my baby. As a grandmother.
Yeah.
And as you have more and more, you know, you feel that way about every one of them.
Because now you're a great.
But, yeah.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
I mean, I know she's not my baby, but I do love her.
Well, that's what I mean.
I love my kids, but it's just something different.
It's a different.
I don't mean I love her more than my kids. And I don't know because I have 2 boys and now having a girl. I don't
different.
know. It's just I do love her.
Well, she was so sweet the other day. She reached for you because she was eating her little snack, and Angel and Mark were giving her. Listen, I had her water cup and her straw. Mark had the food, and Angel had her, and we were all just feeding her like a little baby bird.
I'm like, you are right.
And they come up, like Ava and Levi come up to get her. They got to go or whatever. And then Maisie, her face turned upside down in sadness and reached out for Lolly thinking,
I'm staying where the food is.
I was eating my snack.
Yeah, it might not have been me. It was the food.
Well, whatever.
Angel's going to make sure everybody gets their snacks. And
whatever it takes.
I remember taking Duncan when he was little. He and Levi taking him to the park, and she would be like packing snacks for 3 days. And I'm like, we are not going to even eat a snack. I don't know what you're talking. She said, they got to have food.
What if y'all break down and have, what if y'all have an emergency?
I mean, we were down the street.
I don't do that so much for Jasper. I was like, Jasper, we're getting in the car. We're making a delivery. If you want a snack, you better get it.
But I mean, Levi now, he had
get y'all
5 snacks and a lunch and a drink and I mean, he was packed to the max when he would go somewhere with me, and Duncan would be like, I got a water bottle.
I like to feed people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's your love language, is like taking care of people through food. Yeah. No, I like to pack the kids' snacks. I always do that. Alan thinks it's extreme, and I always make
You do more of that than me. Like the other day, they were at Levi's house, and you're like, I'm packing them lunch to take over there. And
yeah.
Like, they said they'd be fine. I ain't.
Yeah. Well, I do that because I feel like, I guess if kids come here to the house, I don't care if they eat our food. I'm like, yeah, if I have it, I will let you have it. Like, I'm not sharing. But when I go somewhere else, I'm like, I don't want them to eat their last whatever in their fridge or their pantry, or maybe they don't have something. Like maybe the kids, Cruz is very particular. He wants something cold sometimes. He wants cold fruit and cold yogurt.
Your kids are picky. That's the thing.
Well, and when they come to my house,
they're very particular. So I'm like, baby,
you've made them that way.
You want something cold,
send them their snacks and their stuff to my house, and I'm like, I don't maybe want them eating that at my house because it makes them wild and crazy.
I don't buy stuff that makes them wild and crazy.
Well,
we eat very good, clean food.
No, she's saying when they're at her house.
I want them to eat good meals. I don't want them to be snacking.
No, I don't want them to snack either. But that's like, I just have their favorite
fruit.
things.
Like when they're coming, I always know to have bananas, oranges, apples. They've got plenty of that. And then
you do cook for them. Like you cook meals.
Yeah, I cook meals, and I want them to eat. If I'm going to cook, we're going to eat.
Well, I remember
so I'll
up,
starve them a little bit in between their meals.
Oh my gosh.
I've seen houses
you know what I mean.
you an ingredients house or prepared, and I feel like growing up we were an ingredient house.
We were.
We always had like
you could
grits
always make
or oatmeals or crackers or there's something to make. But it's funny to see videos now that I've seen like people when they get married and they come back to their parents' house and it's like, you see, he's like, you have to make something. He said, no, I want something I can grab and eat right now, not that I have to make it. You know what I mean? So it's
yeah. I think about that too. I like that we were an ingredient house. Now as an adult, as a kid, I wanted the chip bags
That's why you
and
loved
stuff
going
like
to
that.
Denise's house because she always had a pantry
she
full
had
of junk.
all the little Debbies. We didn't have that.
So good. That was
But you know what? Those things are disgusting.
They are. They're really bad for you.
The other day, it was
were
probably
then too.
About months ago that I was like in the grocery store and I'm like, you know what? I really, the ones that have like, it looks like Rice Krispies. They're chocolate. They're covered and it's like Rice Krispie things.
Oh yeah. It's,
it might be caramel on the inside, whatever those are. She always had those. And I was like,
I do know what you're talking about.
I saw it and I'm like, I just want one. Well, I bought them and Jasper said, these are disgusting. I took a bite and I was like, oh.
Ew, yeah.
So it's just.
Did it taste like chemicals though? You know how it's like fake.
Throw them away.
Like I used to love a little Debbie's oatmeal cream pie.
Now, every now and then, maybe twice a year, I'll get a box.
When you started making them for the barbershop, I'm like, make me one.
And I don't have you.
Because when I'm in the grocery store, I look at them sometimes and I'm like, oh, nope. I'm not eating all that junk, that chemicals crap.
They are really good. When we make them here at the house, because we were making them before Angel put them at the barbershop or had customers ordering them, because we realized how delicious they were. And they are so good. But the thing about, you have to know, I don't feel like an ingredient house is like, today I'm going to figure out how to make this. I feel like you buy the things, you have your staples, and I can make this in 20 minutes. And it can be done, no big deal. But if you are starting from like, oh, we used to buy all pre-made food and now you want to be an ingredient house, it's probably going to take you about an hour or so before you can even make a snack. Because it's a lot of prep work. And it's overwhelming.
One thing I've seen people do, like it's funny, on a video, and I'm like, we always had this. Tortilla chips, you put cheese on it and put it in the microwave and heat them up with a toaster oven, and then we had salsa. I'm like, we always had that.
Forgot about that. Mm-hmm. I should have the boys do that.
And they were making fun of video like, this is not chips and salsa. Like, this is not. And they're like, this is how I grew up. If you wanted chips and salsa, you just put your sprinkled cheese and put it.
In the microwave.
Yeah. And put it in your salsa.
Literally.
Or in the toaster oven.
Yeah, or something.
We didn't have a toaster oven.
In the oven.
Oh, like physical oven. Yeah. I was like, we didn't have one of those.
Now, that is something I love, and I don't do that very often. But when y'all were younger, I did a lot, and just spread out tortillas on a big old baking stone and cheese, and then put some sour cream and salsa. And,
What about like a physical toaster? Like you put the toast down.
We had one once upon a time.
Yeah, I don't ever think I would need one because these little things.
Do you know what? That air fryer, it's wonderful and I love it.
What are you gonna make with the toaster?
I just feel like I want my toast. When you put it in there, you have to flip the toast. Do one side and then you flip it. It don't do both of your sides.
But do you take that stone out though?
Yes.
And really, you still feel that way?
Mark, I want a toast. I want that it really like takes 10
like
seconds.
Like old school traditional.
You put it in there and it's like pop.
Yeah.
Well, I try to stay away from bread. So having a toaster would be like me having a bag of potato chips in my pantry. I'm going to eat it. You know, because I listen, there's nothing better than to put some fresh bread in the toaster and then it come out and some fresh butter all over it and then a little bit of strawberry jam or jelly. What's
the bread you would buy? And it was really tiny. It was like little slivers. I want to say it was like it's not sunflower bread. It wasn't Ezekiel bread, but it was like very dense. Mm-hmm. And you would eat that with some type of sunflower seed butter. Mm-hmm. What was that? It was
like an Ezekiel bread, though. It was like a whole food bread.
So if you were going to have something, you could do like that.
And still today, like I'll sometimes. Now, John likes to get his
White bread.
white bread.
Oh, it gets stuck in your teeth.
Now, if you're going to eat a tomato sandwich,
Well, let me just tell you, y'all were having bacon, lettuce, tomato sandwiches.
Someone's at the back door.
The heck? Oh,
Who is it?
Someone is at Breezeway.
hang on. Oh, it's UPS.
But
Why is-
Jasper ain't going.
Hang on a second.
Do you have to sign for something?
No, he's leaving. But boy, don't be ringing my doorbell that many times. Is he okay? I can't stand that. What if I had a baby sleeping?
Was that the doorbell?
Yeah,
It
it's
goes
the
to the
Ring
Alexa.
doorbell. He was straight up looking in that camera too, like, y'all see me? You see me?
Maybe
thought it
it's
was
something important. Maybe it's something that needs to be in the refrigerator or something.
I don't
You
know.
got medicine coming?
No, I got all my medicine. Got my drugs, honey. No, he left.
But J Mac didn't open
But
the
he
door.
rang it twice? No. Anyways. Aggie. Continue.
I don't know
Oh,
what I
Ezekiel
was
bread.
saying.
Well, just like another
I
bread.
said
It's
a tomato
white
sandwich and
bread,
then you
tomato.
were-
I
Something
said,
else.
you were telling me about this delicious bacon that you got at the farmer's market.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that y'all made a BLT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was driving home yesterday from my last appointment, and I was talking to Jody on the phone, and she said that they had made BLTs.
Oh, gosh.
So I called John.
Now
I
it's
said,
in your
John,
mind.
I
You want a
really want a
BLT?
BLT.
Did you stop and get that bacon?
Well, he went while I was
Oh.
driving home because I had Gracie with me, but he went and got it because we had fresh tomatoes from farmer's market. and
He
all
didn't
that
go get
stuff.
it from this farmer's market.
No, he went.
He went to the
Walmart.
store. Oh, okay, okay.
And did y'all know that Walmart carries La Blue water now?
Yeah, they've been carrying
they've
Oh,
it.
always
I didn't know
carried it.
that.
I feel like that's where we learned it from y'all.
They carry
always
the
had-
tall bottles, the ones like that. That's what I used to
No,
always buy.
the case.
Oh.
I know the case too, but I liked.
Oh,
I
yeah,
used
yeah.
to buy them in the.
You would
we
have
used
the
to have
huge
to go to
ones.
Food Line and get them, but he likes to go to Walmart. I don't
Yeah.
like to go to Walmart. So anytime.
Yeah.
Anyway, he went and got bacon, and I made bacon and BLT sandwiches. So I ate white bread yesterday. That is a rare thing.
But on a tomato sandwich,
It was the best, but I like mine toasted.
you have somebody that watches. Lauren watches this, and she has an old school toaster. When I've had to stay at her house, like old school, it might have been Susan's from before Lauren was born.
Dang.
And you put that in there, and it really is like. It might be 7 minutes. It's toast popping, and I love it every time we go.
Oh
over
no,
there to
it's
stay.
less than that.
You think
It's
7
like
seconds?
A minute.
Second, sorry.
I was getting ready to say.
Seconds.
It'd be black
What
toast.
did I say? Minutes.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, but they make stuff better back then. So if you still have it, keep
Still
it.
working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
keep it. Because this day and age, I mean, this air fryer, this is my fourth one.
Well,
in
we
years.
had Barbara's toaster when she passed. I think it was hers. And somebody, when it was hot, sat a loaf of bread on top of it.
Oh, and the plastic from the bread.
That's so,
So
bad.
I had to just trash it.
But I will say, when we do redesign this kitchen, and you've said this too, you want to figure out how to do this for y'all's home, is to hide appliances. To
I
not
want
have them.
a
Butler's kitchen.
pantry, and I don't want
I mean,
anything in my kitchen.
yeah.
I want it all back. That I use everything back there.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
everything's
yeah.
plugged in back there?
Yes. Yeah. Because having it out, there are so many, like if I was like, oh yeah, I do want a toaster. Where am I putting it?
Yeah.
Well, that's
On
why
the
I don't
counter?
have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
Well,
it's-
just space.
A second reason I don't have one.
yeah. It just gets annoying.
Like when Duncan moves out, that toaster oven that we have, he's taking it with him because I would
He
love to
uses
get
it.
rid of it. But he likes it.
yeah.
And he doesn't even use it much because we've got a little air fryer and we've got a microwave. I'd like to get rid of that too. So there's a
I
whole lot of
cannot.
things
I
I would
love our
like to just
microwave.
eliminate.
Yeah. Well,
One
let's
day.
jump ship. Y'all ready for this? Let's talk about periods.
Oh, I don't have one.
Oh, what a blessing. I'm on mine right now. So let me tell y'all this. So it was in middle school that I started. And I do remember in 6th grade they had like a physical home ed something class or whatever. I think I started in 7th grade though, but I knew like a period was coming. I don't remember having like, this is a period and this is what happens. I don't really remember that, but I do remember being at school and that's when I started, which is the worst because you're in a public setting and you're unprepared. Like I just felt very unprepared, but I think I had stuff in my book bag because back then the tampons that I didn't use a pad, we used tampons, but they were like paper, like the paper outside instead of like the plastic, and it was just like, it was a whole thing. But I remember, this is awful, y'all. I remember before I started, I thought, you know what? I should practice so I know how to put a tampon in. So I was at home and I put a tampon in to make sure I knew how to do it. And you ain't got no blood up there, you ain't got nothing. And that thing hurt. And I didn't like keep it in, but I put it in to make sure I knew what I was doing. So if I did it, I was prepared. That is the worst. I don't even know how to describe it, but it is just straight cotton right up in your hoo-ha. And I thought that is not a great tool.
Well, that's not what you wore when you first started, is it?
Yeah, I wore tampons. I never did a pad.
That's funny because my mom...
You use tampons.
Yeah.
I use what you used.
So she had tampons, and when I started, I was like 7th.
You mean pads?
No, she had tampons.
Okay.
That's all she would ever use.
Okay.
So when I started mine, I was at home with my dad. I guess Diane was there. But my mom was working. My dad was a pastor, so his office was in our home. So he was working, but he was home. Worked from home. And I remember calling Mom at work and saying, Mom, I started. And she's like, okay, no big deal. Go in there beside the sink and look in that cabinet, and there's a box. It's blue, and it says Tampax on it. And you go get that out, and then you'll see on the back of the box, it shows you a demonstration of how to put that in. And so, and it did, and it shows you to put your foot up on the toilet. So anyway, but my mom had super tampons.
Yeah, I don't remember what size mine would have been.
So,
whatever you had.
Anyway, I attempted that. And I don't know if she had called my dad to tell him. I don't know what happened, but I was in the bathroom for a long time. And then I came out, and he was in his office, and the office and our kind of family room was kind of together. I mean, his desk and stuff was in there. And so he was sitting in there, and the TV was on. And so I walked in there, and I'm just walking, and then I have to sit down.
Oh, no.
And I kind of have to lay down because I could not be in there. And he started cracking up.
Because you have it in wrong. Like, it's awkward. It's not.
It wasn't all the way.
Way in. Yeah. That's the issue.
And so,
yeah. Oh, no.
But he was cracking up. And I'm like, why are you laughing at me? I can't help it. And he's like, he just couldn't contain himself. So anyway, when she got home, she showed me a little bit better. But anyway, that was my first experience.
See,
most mamas would have some pads.
Oh, for you to put in. Yeah.
For your first time.
I don't know.
For you to just have.
Well, you acted like your mama because I straight up had
That's
a tampon.
why I'm laughing, because I just did exactly what she did. But I'm like, Mom, could you think you might have could at least had some little juniors or something?
Yeah, because there's no way we're bleeding bad. There's no way. I don't remember
But anyway, I still remember how that felt, and I remember how I felt. And I had to laugh with him because it was hilarious. I mean, I'm walking like a stiff, and I'm trying to sit down to act normal, and I have to lay down. Anyway, it was hilarious.
You know what's really funny, though, and I know this is so stupid of me to say, but because I don't use tampons or pads, I was never a fan of a pad because I felt wet, but I also, let me squirrel. You told me years ago, I said, Mom, my periods are getting so heavy, and I was just talking to you about it, and you're like, yeah, put 2 tampons up in there. And I started putting 2 tampons.
My mama taught me that too.
Yeah, see, the apple doesn't fall far from. And then I started doing 2 at a time, and then I was still having issues with like leaking, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing. I was in Target one day, thank goodness I had on dark leggings, bled everywhere, all over my clothes, and I was like, I don't even know what to do. I had to go buy a new pair of leggings, go to their bathroom, change. It was awful. I was like, I'm a grown woman. This was like 3 years ago. I'm like, I'm a grown woman. I should not be dealing with this. Maybe 2 years ago, but I say all this because now I use a disc, and if no one uses a disc or understands it, just look it up. But it's great, and it captures everything. But now my hand has to physically be up in my body. My hands have never been this far up in my body in my life. This is why when you're saying this, I'm like, oh, this is why it hurts, because you have like an area where the tampon has to get past like your cervix, right? Or that not your cervix, your pelvic bone in there, because that's where the disc goes. So that's where everything should like be. Anyways, I'm like, oh, that's what it feels like.
Yeah, there's an open space for it to lodge.
Yeah, because otherwise it really, and maybe that's what I did when mine was dry. I just like popped it in there, and it was just like not anywhere.
You did like I did.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, but I think the paper tampons too, they would get like jammed because it's like it pulls and goes in or whatever. And I felt like I always had an issue with the paper ones until they switched to the plastic.
Is that how they make? See, that's what I remember. Or were they just the cheap ones?
They were cheaper ones.
No, they still make them that way, and that's what I always preferred.
Always use the plastic.
Well, I buy now organic. I don't remember what brand. I go to 2 different brands, but
it's been 10 years for me, so things I'm sure have changed.
Well,
they have
10 years, so that means I got 10 more years.
Yeah, unless you have
You're
surgery.
20 years older than me. Surgery.
Yeah, get something out.
No, you don't want to do that if you don't have to. You can keep your parts.
What are your organic ones made out of?
When I started having very heavy at your age, my gynecologist said, you need a DNC.
Oh, to sweep
and you just
you
go
out.
in and it's just a buildup.
It's a scrape. They scrape you.
They just remove all that buildup.
Alan doesn't understand. I was like complaining yesterday, maybe the day before. I was like, oh, I'm cramping really bad.
Oh my God.
Tell the story. Tell it as a side.
Get up to the microphone.
As an innocent bystander.
We are on our period at the same time. Okay. Now, Alan don't know I'm on my period, but I know Amber is, and she knows I am. And so I get home and I walk out there, and they're putting the pool liner in the pool, in their tank pool. We're bending down to put the line in the tank pool to pull it up, and now I'm doing it on my period. Okay, not saying a word, and Amber's like, and Alan said, "What is wrong with you?" I'm hurting so bad. You just don't understand. I'm hurting. I'm like, this is when I need a video camera because she is so dramatic.
All I did was make a sound because I'm bending over and I'm like, oh God, it hurts. And I'm just like,
it was more than that. It was more than that.
But this is what Alan goes, he's like, are you shedding? Like, and he like does this whole dramatic thing. And I'm like, I wish I would
I didn't see the dramatic of him. He don't do that around me. He didn't do that.
Maybe he did that before you got there because they were throwing the ball and I was doing something. He was like, you're shedding. And I'm like, I will murder you. They don't get it. And it pisses me off. It really pisses me off. So that was like probably the third comment he had made already.
Well, you always, from the minute you started your period, it put you to bed.
For
sure. You missed school. Yeah. I remember you like, I have to stay home.
I cannot go. Every month. So they were sending letters home to me. She cannot miss any more days of school. And I'm like, I cannot help it. She cannot function.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you would be in bed for 3 days. You acted like you were dying.
Yeah. Well, one story of my period, I was working and I came home. I was working that morning shift at the Y and I came home and I think I had just started and I guess I had a phone. I think that's when I had that like Razor phone or something. I had my own cell phone. I was driving your minivan and I called and so our dad, I called him and I was like, I started my period. And he was like, okay. He was always very good about it. And I was like, I'm really hurting. I need my Midol. I took Midol, which is probably the worst thing for you, but girl, that thing knocked me out. I took Midol.
That's what she was. She was knocking herself out.
Oh, with drugs. I was like, I need Midol. So he said, I don't think I had to stop. I think I just warned him, I am coming home. And I'm
coming in hot.
And I'm not well.
That's what she said. I'm not well.
And I had a heating blanket. I didn't have a pad then. Maybe I did have a pad, but we had that cabinet in the hallway that had a heating pad in it, I guess for whoever wanted it.
For you.
I guess it was my
I don't know.
Ever
used it, I think.
And I was like, I need my Midol and I need my heating pad. Girl, I came in, my bed was ready. It was laid out for me. And it was
He just wanted to get you in there so you would shut up.
Shut up. Yeah, and I just had to fall asleep. Oh, it's terrible. Terrible.
He just likes to be needed.
Yeah, I was unwell, clearly.
But listen,
I don't remember ever acting that way, though.
you didn't, and I didn't either. And you and I are probably more like in that way of just, if I had any cramps or discomfort with my period, I just sucked it up, I guess. I don't really remember.
I don't know how y'all did.
I think that just shows.
I don't have pain tolerance is a negative.
Exactly. I have a really high pain tolerance, I think.
Do you, though? There's no way. I feel like you complain about stuff. Your ankle?
Break your ankle and see.
No.
Let's break it down.
I mean, like, what do you mean? When I first broke
That's the only time I've ever
First of all, let's tell that
known
story.
of Angel in pain.
Okay.
Truly.
Let's tell it.
And I mean, you had a C-section, you had baby.
And I didn't complain about
No. So
I took
But now
ibuprofen.
when-
I never took narcotics like she took
now,
narcotics.
there
Never
was a
ran out.
there was a couch right here at the time, and Angel camped out on that couch, and she was like, "Don't breathe, don't say anything." I mean, it's like we were standing around like, "Can we?" We really couldn't breathe.
She just kept saying it hurts from the inside, so we couldn't do
I guess
anything.
it was my nerves.
It's burning.
It was
It's
something
burning.
about.
And so we gave her a gummy.
Well, wait a
like
second.
that.
Let's talk about this. So I started taking the THC. THC.
I mean, we putting too much personal
Delta
information
8.
out there.
Delta 8. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, let me tell you, if you need something, and that one little square would last me a long time. I didn't take them all the time, but it would last me. So Angel's over here laid up on the couch, and I tell Mama and I tell Angel, I'm like, listen, you need this because it's going to help you sleep after surgery. It's going to be really good for you. So we're talking it up. Everybody has it. She's prepared. She's got it. She was in so much daggone pain. We give her a little bite. She's in still so much
And let
pain.
me just say, I did not want to take strong drugs.
Yeah,
So
she's
I did
allergic.
not-
Yeah,
To
you
some-
were
I couldn't
only
take
taking
anything with-
tramadol. So
I couldn't take anything with codeine in it. And they were going to give me some, is it Oxycontin? Whatever.
oxycodone,
No. I couldn't take
Take
that.
Codone,
He
it was
gonna give
another.
me-
the oxycontin.
And I was like, I do not want to take that. I just didn't want to take it. So he said, okay, we'll give you tramadol. Now, if that don't work, you call me and I'll give you something stronger. I think they were thinking I was going to call back.
Yeah.
And I think the issue is when I was in the hospital before surgery and the neurologist, is it neurologist?
Yeah.
He did that nerve block. He said, no, listen, when this wears off, this is going to be the worst pain probably you're going to feel at the time. And I think that's what it was. When I woke up, he said it was with the hour that I did. And I'm telling you, it was bad.
Well, we cut that little square gummy
In fours.
in fours, and we gave you a fourth.
And I think it just knocked me out. And that's what
And
helped
it
to not...
didn't do
Your
much.
pain wasn't gone, though. Like, you were kind
No.
of out of it, but Mama kept giving you more.
And I said,
And
we're
more.
going to give you one. Well, because the thing said you could take a whole gummy.
Yeah. It was safe.
And so I gave you another, so then you'd had a half. And that still wasn't doing it for you after a little bit. So I
It was
gave
like
you
an
another.
hour before it was time for me to take more pain meds.
Yeah,
and
you
that's
couldn't
when it
take
was the
any
worst.
more,
And
and
you would say, you have another hour. And I was like,
I can't do
I
it.
can't
So
take
you
another
ended up
hour.
taking that whole one, and you slept for 20.
they knocked me out.
You slept for hours.
I mean, it was really
you were
kind of-
breathing, and we were sitting right here watching you and with you, but you were out.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
it
think
was
it got
wild.
me through. And don't act like I didn't take it forever. But
No, but it was like a couple, 2 or 3 days, and then we get less and less from it, and then where you weren't needing it at all. But yeah, that one day, I mean, it was like
You
the
gotta get to your
second
mic.
day.
well, I felt like that tramadol didn't.
Well, I took the tramadol when I had my meniscus tear surgery, and it was perfectly fine. But I did great with that.
Yours was just more intense, maybe, because of the
Oh,
nerves.
yeah, her bone was broken,
Broken.
and
On both sides.
screwed together
Yeah.
with metal plates on both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made
And
me
then
hurt.
was it something behind my ankle? Something that
The
he
tendon
repaired,
had snapped,
something,
and so it was a lot.
Yeah.
But it was weird. It wasn't the pain in my ankle. It was pain coming up my bone.
Yeah, it radiates.
Hitting in my, around my knee. That's where so I don't understand all that, but that's what hurt the worst. It was like a jabbing needles inside of you. Like it was a constant, and it wasn't like 1 or 2. It was like 100 at one time. Just.
That's what nerve damage does.
Oh, that's terrible.
I don't want to break anything.
And it's like raining today. So does your ankle hurt?
Not today. It hadn't bothered me.
So that's good.
Sometimes it does.
Yeah.
I don't think it's so much with the rain. I think it's pressure.
Yeah.
Sometimes that I'm like, oh, it's.
I
hurting.
wonder when y'all fly, because you haven't flown since your surgery, have you?
No, I don't know.
You'll have to be
He told me
prepared
just
for
to
that.
tell him, you can see my scars. It ain't
Yeah.
like I'm hiding drugs up in my
You'll be going, the
They'll
machine.
see me through the thing, and you can see my scars.
Yeah.
But the one thing they told me that my scars would go away, they ain't going away. You can see on both
I can
sides
see it.
that
I saw it at the
it's
football
bad.
game. Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, it's only been what, two years?
You don't put scar
It'll go
medicine
away.
on it, though.
Oh yeah, you need to be putting some kind of healing oil on it.
Just leave it. It's a battle
I
scar.
did. I put
But
castor oil.
it will get better and better and better. I mean, you look at people that's had knee replacement surgery, and I mean,
No,
they've
it ain't
got a
better.
big, thick, awful scar. My mama's, you couldn't tell. Could you ever tell hers?
Not really. I mean, there was a white line.
Yeah, it was white.
Yeah, it was just a
But
little white line. Yeah.
It's not.
But mine is white and then it's red. The
Yeah.
one on the outside,
Yeah.
I think, because I didn't have much tissue right there, it's right like on my bone. That one looks worse. The inside.
You should
don't
get
look
like a
as bad.
tattoo around it.
I ain't getting no tattoo. Those needles.
Lord have mercy, Amber.
I have the highest pain tolerance ever. I ain't getting a tattoo.
Well, she's got the highest amount of sense too.
Tattoos?
To
I
not
don't-
get that on her ankle that's
Oh,
been
your
operated
It's
on.
ankle.
right there on my bone.
Yeah, you're right. Bones are worse. I don't even know why I suggested that. What an idiot.
That's what he said. It took so long for it to heal on that side because I didn't have no fat around my ankles. Now, listen, I got fat all over my body, but my ankles,
The
they
skinniest
skinny.
little ankles in the world. Of all things for her to
She's gonna
break.
be an
He
ankle.
said, you got little ankles.
Little ankles. Anyways, that's so funny. Okay, I want to read a couple of these stories. Because, y'all, they had me rolling. Maybe they were just funny in the moment when I was reading them because I went back through them this morning. I was like, okay, let me read this. All right. So, by the way, I just want to say thank y'all in advance for sending this because y'all are really open about it. But this is Sarah. She actually does my hair. So, she was like, okay, so Sarah was 6 or 7 and my stepsister,
Just the one that
Molly.
wanted to be anonymous.
No.
Oh, good.
Molly, she was a year older than me and she was a little hairy thing and she wanted to shave her legs behind my parents' back. So my mom had those razors that had the shaving stuff on the blade. So maybe like the gel type stuff. And she said, and then she convinced me to do it with her, like, let's go down together. So we did. My mom found out, and we got our butts whooped by a belt that afternoon. She was like, I had no business shaving. I had peach fuzz. Needless to say, I waited entirely way too long to start shaving, and I think I waited until I was 8th grade. So, sisters go down together. I feel like that is what happens. You're like, if I'm going to do it, I think you should do it. Let's do it. Yeah, that's terrible. What a bad influence.
You remember me doing anything that I made you do? I don't remember that.
First of all, you didn't want anything to do with me. We were a 4-year age gap. I begged to hang out with you, and you were annoyed by my presence and my breathing.
Her whole life was spent trying to keep you out of trouble, keep you from getting it spanking.
I remember Angel watched me. Y'all went somewhere, and I was going out with my friends. And
With
Angel,
Jordan?
Yeah, with
Jordan.
Angel, little stalker at the window. She's like, I saw y'all.
She said it was just her and Jordan, but then she got out of the back seat.
I
and
saw
I'm like,
somebody in the back seat with y'all.
no, you got out of the back seat.
You didn't see anybody in the car?
No.
I think JJ was with us and somebody else.
But I'm like, if it's just you and Jordan, why are you not in the front seat with Jordan?
Yeah, what an idiot.
Saw
Why?
you come in from the back. I said, you were with somebody. No, I wasn't. It was just me and Jordan. I was like, then why were you sitting in the back seat? She was just driving you around.
Uber. Before Uber was a thing. Yeah, I do remember that, which is so funny. And we would do nothing. We would literally go like to somewhere to eat and say, I don't even know why we had to like act like we had to lie about something. That's crazy.
That's the only time I remember.
Yeah.
Even when I moved out, when I first moved out, I don't remember you coming to stay with me.
I didn't stay with you. You never asked me to.
I don't remember you coming to like spend time with me until I had Levi.
Yes, that is true. I love Levi. But I remember one time I came home or got ready. You were going to ride uptown with your friends. And I said, ooh, me too. She didn't know. So I went to my room and I got ready. I was like, ooh, I'm cute. I don't even know. Probably wear Jinkos or something dumb. Baggy jeans. They were like a fad. Anyways, and I come out in the living room and I was like, I want to go with you. And you're like, you're not going. And Mom was like, take her.
Did you
take
go
your
with me?
sister. Yeah, she told me.
And all we did was ride in a circle.
She told me
Up by the
you're going to take your sister. I was like, I just want to go. I'm just going to sit in the back seat. I won't say nothing. I'm just going to hang out. I'm not going to do nothing. You and Caroline, I think it was.
It was probably in Caroline's car. We didn't drive my car. You know, I didn't have a...
No, you had that brown four-door
I know,
Toyota Corolla.
I didn't cruise in that, though.
Well, maybe that's what we drove downtown, and then we got in another car.
Somebody else's car.
Yeah.
Caroline.
I only went with you one time.
But that's all we did.
Circles.
What do kids do now? That's all we did.
I don't.
Was go in a circle. And there was a Wendy's,
that's
a
what we did.
McDonald's, the gas stations. In some places you could sit, and some people you
Maybe
weren't.
they do that now. We're just unaware.
And everybody had their own groups of where you sit. But see, this is the thing. Caroline was very social. I wonder if she listened to the podcast. She knew everybody. You know what I mean? So we would drive a little bit, and then we'd stop here and see these people. Drive a little bit, stop here and see these people.
Y'all would pull into
And it was
places.
so funny one time.
Oh, and Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki's truck sometime. Yeah. I don't know what friend it was with Alan's, but it was right when y'all got married. We were at Mom and Dad's
Brian
house,
Brown.
And he said,
Oh.
I know your sister.
I
I
shouldn't
know
say
her
last
from
names.
cruising.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Like,
Yeah.
it's just funny.
Yeah.
Well, now they go back behind that place across the street from us, that
Oh, the warehouse?
motorsport place back there.
Oh.
And cruise or just
In their muscle cars, and you hear them. Oh, yeah. They meet back there, and there's a lot of
Wonder if they're
stuff that
kids,
happens
though, or
back there.
adults.
But I
No,
don't remember
they're-
seeing anything bad when we cruised.
They're kind of
Like,
older, like high school,
It
young
was people
adults.
sitting.
Yeah, that's how it was.
It wasn't
In
drinking. It wasn't
Gastonia,
people doing drugs.
we rode up and down Franklin Boulevard, and you went all the way up, and then there was a Shoney's, and you went through Shoney's, and you came out, and you went over across the street through the McDonald's, and you came down, you went on down, you came through Tony's Ice Cream, then you went on down, you went to RO's, and you came on down.
Good old RO's.
We
If
had
you're-
all those places, and we stopped, and people would be parked at all of them. So you'd see a different group of people in different parking lots, and then you'd say, y'all get in the car and cruise down with us, and somebody jump in the car and go, and there's somebody say, oh, we know where there's a party going on, and everybody off. So
We
yeah.
weren't ever invited to parties.
Wow. All right, let me read another one. Okay, this is from Kim. Okay, so Kim said, oh, dang it, where'd it go? I'm trying to zoom in so I can see it. All right, Kim said, my mom took me to buy pads, and we got home and tried to be quiet about it, so my older brothers didn't know. My mom forgot them in the grocery bag, and my brother found them and started throwing the box back and forth like it was a football, making fun of me. That is actually very devastating. And I meant to ask Kim, what did your mom say to your brother? That's what I would want to know. What did she do to him? Because
She should have pulled out one of those pads
and rubbed it on his face.
flapped him upside down.
Because
That's what I would have probably done.
You just think this boy, he's going to have a wife one day. I mean, I guess if he wanted to, but I'm like, she is also going to have a period. Like, I don't know, but kids are very immature. But I'm like, wonder what happened. But that is really sad.
Well, I'm going to tell this story, and I don't know if Levi and Ava watch this, and they might not want me to share this.
Oh, I was thinking about it. Okay, go.
I told Levi, I don't remember how young he was, but I mean, he homeschooled, so we were at home. You know, he was with me a lot. You know what I mean? And so if I was in my period, he knew I had my period. But listen, when he got about 15 or 16, and I can tell the day before, I'm mean. Like, I'm just like irritated. Things get on my nerves. And he would say, "You're about to start your period, aren't you?" And it would piss me off so bad. You know what I mean? And so I'd say, don't say that to your wife one day when you get married.
Yeah.
I hope you don't.
We'll see.
I would tell him, he never bought them when he was young, but I would show, I showed him pads, I showed him tampons, you have a period once a month. I told him stuff.
Yeah.
And then when him and Ava started dating, and it was early on, a couple months or whatever, and then they were coming to the house, and he said, "We'll be there in a minute, I got to stop. Ava started her period, I got to go in and buy her some tampons." So he let her sit in the car, and he went in and bought her tampons that she wanted.
Yep.
So I'm like,
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? Made it not a big deal for him.
Yes.
Like, I don't
well,
think he
for
ever,
her too, like, oh my gosh, I'm on a date and I started my period. Some girls might be very embarrassed to say that.
Well, I even told him, like, especially he didn't go to school, but he went to like co-op. I said, if you ever see a girl that has blood on her pants, you just don't make fun of her.
Just tell her.
Tell her.
Yeah.
Or tell somebody to tell her. Or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, those are the kind of things that I
Yeah.
try to tell him stuff like in a girl's perspective. So,
Yeah. I
And
like
now
that you did that.
He has a girl, so I'm like, it's gonna,
Oh, yeah.
But anyway,
No, that definitely is going to help.
so I think you need to tell your boys
Oh,
about stuff.
What I remember,
I
Duncan,
tell them
he
all
was
of it.
probably 5 or 6 years old, and he brought one of them to me one day and says, "What's this thing?
Yeah.
What's this?" And I took it out of the wrapper and I showed him. I just talked to him all about it, and then he was like, "Okay." He was
If
done.
they act, you know what I mean?
You'll know when they're done hearing what they need to hear. I didn't demonstrate anything or go get. I just said, "Women use this because they have to do certain things to be able to have babies." And
Yep. No, for sure.
so,
Well, we've started that conversation with the boys, with Maddox. Alan and him we have 3 books, and they're going through that, and it's good. I've always told Alan, I was like, I want them to know everything, and I want them to know it from us first. I don't care if that's just our philosophy, which is we like it and it works. But the boys have known about periods for a long time, but this just happened. I mean, I have many stories I could share about my personal thing, but I'll share this one because this literally just happened, and y'all might think this is also very comical, but went to their bathroom, peed, wiped, did all the things, right? And then I walk out. There's no trace of blood at all.
Oh, you did tell me.
And then I get down my first aisle to go get what he need, and something just fell out of my daggum hoo-ha, and I'm thinking, oh, we're going to do this. I had on light colored pants, which I never hardly wear, but they're athletic or whatever. And I was like, well, I got to go back to the bathroom. I was like, these people in the store are probably going to think I'm trying to steal something. I was like, I just go back to the bathroom. Went back to the bathroom. Here it comes. It's coming out. And I'm like, awesome. Love that. Did not get on my pants. It was a little bit on my underwear. And so I was like, well, I have nothing with me. And I thought to myself that morning, I should take this disc just in case. Because I do not want to put a tampon back in me. So I stuffed a ton of toilet paper in my pants. And I wadded it up and I made it work and I pulled my pants back up. And I thought, well, I'm going to be sitting in my car for 3 more hours. I guess I'll be fine. I ain't walking around. So then I get out, go back in the car, and everything was fine. And then we're driving home and I'm processing. I got to get inside quick to get myself together. So I tell them, listen, Mommy started her period when I was at the store. So I tell them this whole story, just like I told y'all. And I said, but I didn't have my disc with me. So
she gives them.
I didn't take my frisbee.
She gives them information they don't ask for.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I won't, but Cruz, they know what it is. They have seen it or whatever. So it's not the first time I've said this or whatever. But I said, so Mommy had to take, y'all, their face was staring.
You scarred them.
They were, it's like a story. They are like, what's the plot? Tell me what happens. I said, so Mommy had to take a bunch of toilet paper and just wad it up and fix myself. So nothing, so I'm good. They bursted in laughter like it was a daggum TV show. Like you press a button. They were so synced in their laugh. I was like, am I being set up? I was like, this is wild. They thought it was the funniest crap ever. So I get out and I said, listen, I'm going inside to the bathroom. Y'all have to unload. And they were like, go. I'll see if some blood's on your pants. And I said, baby, nothing's on me. I ain't felt nothing come out. So I go inside. Cruz is always very concerned. He wants to make sure I'm good. But then the other day we were taking them to a sport and I said, I got in the car. This keeps happening to me. I got in the truck. They were all 3 loaded up. I step up into the truck and it comes out. I'm like, why are they happening like this? I can't control it. That's really odd. So Alan knew exactly what was happening. I was like, oh, nope, I'll be back.
A D&E or whatever it is.
They're heavier and heavier.
That's what that'll fix it.
Yeah, well, I came back inside, did my thing, put the disc in, and I know I can last 6 to 8 hours in that. So then I get back in the truck. Cruz is like, you okay? And I said, baby, I just started my period. I had to put my disc in. Alan is like, he's mortified. He's like, oh my God. The kids are like, okay. I'm like, you've got to normalize this crap to them because I'm going to tell you something. This ain't a joke. This is a female thing, just like y'all got male things. Things happen, and we all need to be aware. The same track. That's how I feel about it.
I mean, think about, this ain't periods, but you have periods because you can have babies, but one day, hopefully they can be married and have kids.
Yeah.
You're going to sit there. Like, I was so worried about Levi when Ava was having the baby.
Yeah.
But I was like, he's going to be fine. If he can kill a deer and gut a deer, he can do it.
Handle it.
He's like, yeah, it wasn't that bad. But those kind of things, you know everything that they're going to have to see.
Oh, I know. I want them
So you
to.
gotta,
Yeah.
I think it's good.
I don't want them to be grossed out. That's why I think it was great that you did that with Levi. I'm like,
But do you know, I've
it's
seen
not
some
nasty.
videos of some men watching their wife and they're like
Yeah,
having
I'm
a
like,
baby.
what
I'm
is
like,
wrong with you?
yeah.
I'm like, do you crap? Same thing. Something's coming out. It's fine. Like,
Or
it's
feel
normal.
awkward talking about it.
Yeah. I try to, even if I feel uncomfortable talking about it, it's normal. So I'm like, I don't want them to be around with their little buddies figuring this out, and their buddies are uneducated.
But do you think they're the ones going to school telling their buddies, "Did your mama use a disc?" Because my mom told me I opened a disc.
You're going to get notes home. Well, no, you won't, because they're not going back.
Yeah, they ain't going back. We out. Yeah. Okay, let me share this story. This is from Lisa, and she has a daughter. So she said, me and my daughter are so much alike, and we connect. Whereas a mom, you can feel the panic when they need it. Like, she can just feel if her daughter's going through something. She said, if you know, you know. So she was like, I started my period in 7th grade, the last day before Christmas break, which was a half day. And the night before my daughter's last day for Christmas break, she was in 7th grade, and I dreamed that she had started her period. She said, I told her that morning, and we joked about it because we're so connected, that if she would start the same time. So Lisa had started in 7th grade. Now she thinks her daughter's going to start at the same time. She said, well, she had the same dream that morning and prepared herself just in case, paying attention, and she did exactly. The same grade, the same day on the 15th, exactly
That is
30 years
crazy.
apart. Yeah, insane, right? She was like, it is wild how connected we are. So that was their period story. And then her shaving her legs story with her daughter, she said also about shaving my legs, she said, my mom did not tell me anything, didn't talk to me openly about anything. So she was like, I wanted to do it very differently, but her mom had bought her an electric razor and said, figure it out. Which is wild, because maybe her mom did that with her, right? I don't know. But she said, my daughter and I are very different, close, obviously. She said, I sat her down on the edge of the tub, and we lathered up together, and we walked through it step by step, showing her how to do it so she could do it seamlessly, and just created that memory together. And I was like, that's really sweet. And that's kind of how I remember, like, shaving. But I feel like parents do differently than their parent did with them, because if it was positive for that person, they're like, oh, I'm going to do what my mom did. But if it was negative, they're like, I'm not going to do what my mom did. I want to do it this way. And I felt that with that shaving story. But the period, that's crazy. Like,
Well, there's
same
no
day.
scientific evidence that women sink their
But
periods.
they do.
But they do.
Yeah.
So it's a myth, they say.
Yeah.
But I've talked to so many people, that women that live together.
We're not every month. Like, sometimes we are, and I think it's because I'm not regular.
They say it's just the mathematics of it and coincidental and all of that, that it just certain times of the month it's going to automatically sync, or certain times of the year you're going to automatically sync, but not every time, and you'll start being off a day or two here and there. But
It was
Yeah.
the exact same day.
Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy. Okay, this is anonymous. First time shaving my legs. I did this because my older sister was allowed to shave her legs, and my mom told me not to because I was too young and it wasn't time for me yet. I didn't listen, and I took the razor and I shaved skin off my ankle that night. My mom said, I can't. My mom said, I told you were not ready for this. She said and so that was shaving story, which is she probably had a razor like you.
well, that's exactly
Horrible.
my experience, except for mine was the back of my knee, and it was like I hit a blood vein.
Yeah, it was terrible. Then her period, she said, the first time I got my period, I was in 6th grade. I got my period Halloween night. I was wearing my mom's black and white gown. It was black on the top and white on the bottom. I was mortified. She said she was right in front of her friends. Her mom was right in front of her friends, and she said, honey, you are becoming a woman now. With my head down, full of embarrassment. Full of embarrassment. She said, I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be awful, and you're going to be moody, and it's going to last 5 to 7 days. Oh my gosh. But we will get through this together. You are becoming a woman. Yay. That's what her mama said.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I feel like sometimes,
But I don't think everybody, I mean, I know you have hormonal changes and all of that, but I don't think everybody, I don't remember having PMS.
Oh.
I don't know what, I just know the day before I start.
You're
listen,
cranky.
Yes. And it's just stupid things that get on my nerves.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I
I
don't
don't
have
feel
a
like-
period. I haven't had one in 10 years, and that happens to me.
Well,
I don't think it has anything to do with your period. I think it has to do with people just get on your nerves sometimes.
No, but hormones are a thing. I mean,
it's
is a thing.
always the
It's
day
a thing.
before I
Yeah.
start.
The
That's
week
just-
before, it's a whole week for me.
Yes, it is.
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
It's funny. You can walk in the house and me and Alan can look at each other. And I know that look and he knows it. He's like, yep.
All right, this was from Christina.
Shedding.
Yeah, and he like says it in a way. He's like, "Oh, you're shedding." I'm like, "I wish you would." And then Pops is like, "La la 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 la." I'm like, "Grow up." They're so annoying. Okay, so Christina's story. She did a voice message to me, so it's kind of. And then I did like a translation of that, so it's kind of botched. So I know her story, so I'll just summarize it. But she said her grandma helped her with learning how to shave because her mom was paralyzed, so didn't have to do any of that, and helped her with like period. And there was a sex education class at school, so that's where she learned period, menstrual cycle, and everything like that. But she said her grandma bought her pads. She said, I swear the pads were not pads. They were like Depends. But she said they didn't look like Depends. But can you imagine your grandma is teaching a teen this? I just think it's wild. So she said that was her story with her.
Sometimes your grandmother's
period.
young.
Maybe.
I was a young grandmother. Angel's a young grandmother.
I know, but you think about Maisie. When she's 18, how old will you be in 18 years?
Yeah, but I won't be her grandmother. I'll be her great-grandmother.
Oh, that's right. See, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like to summarize her story. And she just said she was super traumatized by it. And it was a lot.
When she starts her period, about 15 years, let's say.
But you're
12
still
years.
older.
I know, but it's not old. You'll see.
Oh,
when
you're
you-
saying because you'll be the grandma.
I was thinking mom. And
I
her
was
age,
too.
how
She'll be
old.
great. Yeah. That's definitely
Sometimes
different.
I forget that I'm a grandma.
But then Christina sent the same thing about shaving. And again, her granny taught her, or her Grammy taught her all this. And her mom was obviously not doing this, so wasn't telling her. But she gave her an electric razor. And she was like, and it burned and irritated her skin so bad that she never wanted to shave again. But everyone could tell that she was like shaving and it had irritated her skin. And she said it was just mortifying and it was awful. So
You sure she didn't give her some clippers?
But I think she also said it was like her grandmother's electric razor. And I was like, girl, do you know how old that thing probably was? Like it botched. And it reminded me of like the Grinch.
And her grandmother probably wasn't shaving her legs no more.
No, it's just an old, and it was probably rusted. Who knows? But you know, like the Grinch, when he goes to shave his face and he botches it all up, like I was like, that is mortifying. But thank goodness you have someone though that can tell you, but they might not be up to date on what can happen and how it can happen. So I thought those stories were very,
I remember
very funny.
us giving Alan a little bit of insight as to what he might be in store for when once a month from you.
What was that insight? Terrible?
That she goes through this once a month and she is down for the count and nobody can breathe around her. Yeah, we kind of tried to prep him.
Well, I just want y'all to know Alan is also a nightmare once a month. And he is also, I feel like we feed off of each other though.
Y'all do.
It is the same energy.
Alan does not want people to see that energy, but he has it.
He does, yeah. And you saw it not long ago. And you've been here for a minute, so he really gave you a little time before he let it loose. I think he realized, I don't even care who's here anymore. He was just like, Thank y'all for coming. Anything y'all want to say to wrap it up?
Thank you for having me.
Any last minute stories? Angel has a suggestion, so this will be coming. She said we should do an episode or something about, like, do you know people? Because Mom was coming in saying different names of people, and Angel's like, I haven't seen that, I hadn't heard that. And then, not to like bring up something sad, but when Charlie Kirk had passed, I didn't know who he was before that had happened. Angel came in and told me, I was like, I literally do not know this man. Never have seen him on my phone.
Well, and Angel
nothing.
didn't know who Nate Bargatze was.
That's what it was. And he is a
well-known family comedian.
Yeah, and he's just clean. So we were like, his movie's coming out. So we will do an episode of like, do you know people? And we'll bring like a list of people and their pictures and share stuff like that. I think that'd be really fun. So, and then Mom wants to do more like, I don't know, relative things. Every time you come here, you're like, I want to talk about like
Well, I just
pop
going
culture.
back to the past is just sometimes hard because you don't.
You should have your own
things.
podcast. That'd be fun.
Really?
I'll come on that.
It is sort of crazy the things people remember and don't remember.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess it's your personality a little bit of.
Yeah. So, anyways, this has been awesome. Tell your mother Happy Mother's Day. Treat her well. And if you are a mother, relax, stay in bed, watch some shows. Yes. Do what you want. All right. Love you guys. See ya.